Hey guys, it's Chris. Today I'll wade into the waters and talk about uh, hot topic these days, which is the future of the BPO industry. Right? And there's a lot of varying opinions and thoughts on it. From it's the end of the world. Everything's going to be automated. Through business as usual, and a whole lot in between. I'm going to maybe step back and look at the world a little different. First, I'm not distinguishing the difference between a BPO contact center and any other contact center that's in house. Because at the end of the day, we're all doing, we're trying to accomplish the same thing. We're trying to deliver compelling and excellent customer experience at the best price point possible, right? AI or no AI, it doesn't matter. Right? That's the end goal. In BPOs, it's our job to lead the industry and how that gets done. And so, what I wake up every day, and when I sit down with my afternoon or morning coffee, the question I ask is, how do we be the best at that? How do we deliver the best customer experience, the best run contact center, best run BPO, on the planet? And that leads to an interesting set of questions. Notice I didn't ask how do we survive the AI apocalypse or how do we deploy AI or how do we do any of that. But the answer to that starts with just basic principles in economics and running and growing a business or a service business wherever you're at. The first, our sort of operating principle is that we need to increase our capabilities that we can bring to our customers and to the market, whether that's through products, services, better service for what we already do. We need to increase our capacity to deliver on those things. And we need to do that in a way that consumes fewer resources. If you can bring those three things together, you're going to have a comparative advantage in the market. So, what we did last year, and it's worth noting that we grew faster than we ever have, is we looked at all of our constraints across the organization and said, if we landed 1,000 seats, 10,000 seats, 100 seats today, where would things break down? Or where are we breaking down with the business that we already have? And then how do we leverage new tools and new ways of thinking with AI to solve for those and unlock new potentials? And we started with training and recruiting, which is a pain point with every contact center on the planet. Attrition is a problem, no matter how good you are, no matter how great your culture is, um, no matter how great your pay is. So you're constantly hiring, and if you're growing, landing new clients, you're hiring and you're training. And our training program was a fucking mess, and so we ended up, we were throwing people at it. Finally, we stepped back and just refactored the whole thing and said, how can we use AI to help us scale? One, improve the efficacy and the outcomes from our training, and then scale that so that we can do what I'm calling scaling in place, which is okay, how do we go from 110, 100 seats, 1,000 seats of new business without adding incremental headcount except for, really at the agent level? And so what we did was rebuild the whole program from the ground up. And what we have today is some great training modules, some great world-class content then that now our clients are coming to us asking, can you do the same thing for us? Can you build these modules or license us ours or let us use yours? And so now that's created a new revenue stream for us and might even create a new business for us. With recruiting, we've done the exact same thing. Again, recruiting is something every call center in the world has to do. And ours was painful, and so I strongly believe that if you can improve your talent acquisition strategy, you're going to improve retention and quality and everything downstream. And so we took a very data driven and AI driven approach to that. We shrunk the amount of time it takes to fill a new hire class. We've improved the quality of people in those classes and the retention and quality coming out of that. Again, so we forget about AI agent assists or any of that stuff. We focused on everything else. And now we've, again, unlocked new revenue and increased our capacity, and we're scaling as we add new logos and headcount. And then the next piece of this is really how are you selecting and deploying the technologies in production, right? I mean, every CCAS player has their AI, and there's, I think Tom Baird calls them the whatchamacallit bots, right? Everybody's trying to voice automate stuff. First thing to think about is that not all BPOs are created equal. The industry isn't monolithic. It's not homogenous either, right? There are pockets. And if you're running thousands of seats offshore of very simple phone calls, if you got people, you're paying minimum wage to check an order status, that's a high risk profile in the industry right now. And we're not in that. We're not in that business. For everybody else, it comes down to how do you deliver these new capabilities better than what you did yesterday and without blowing your margins up, right? And so that's why we're such big fans of Zoom, because I can take you through their API documents. They give us the capabilities to build and deploy whatever we need to, and I'm not getting gouged at the pump for it. So the pricing is very clear, and every month there's a new shipment or they ship new code, and I'm getting more for my dollar, which means that so are my customers. Um, if I look at NICE or Five9 or Genesis or Amazon Connect, or call it the incumbents that most of the BPO world is built on, you're paying through the nose for that. I mean, NICE is like $250 an agent per month. Amazon Connect's in the same range. Uh, you're adding a buck and a half per agent hour for anything you do just to get out of bed in the morning. No thanks, right? So now you end up in this world of, evaluating what do each of your customers need. For us, we're running a good piece of our business still on Zoom's essential licenses for $65 a month, because we get transcription, we get all the APIs. I can do with it whatever I want. I got analytics that will make the big kids cry themselves to sleep, because we're able to bring that to market. And as we move up the stack, we also have a good chunk of our business running on the elite licenses, because we wanted agent assist for our higher complexity calls. We wanted to improve accuracy with our agents. We need workforce management. We need call quality with screen capture, which is all in, right? And so now I can show up to the table to any deal, any opportunity for a customer, fully loaded with capabilities, capacity, and the ability to deliver all of that at a price point that nobody else can. And so to me, that's really how we're focused on growing, our business over the next 12 months. Actually, forever. It's an operating model. We call it VXOS. It's so swap out Zoom, swap out anything, and you still end up with the same core principles around how do you eliminate constraints in your business? How do you unlock new exponential potential and get that to market and do it in a way that is systematic? And AI then is just a tool to get there. It unlocks new capabilities and increases your capacity and helps you scale out. So again, these are things that everybody should be doing. I don't care if you're 5 seats or 50,000. And so I see our role in the industry then as becoming leaderships and helping leaders and helping deliver these capabilities to the market and telling you what works and what doesn't. We've got scars for stuff that we've taken out that doesn't work. Some of it we built and had to rebuild. But when we do find these nuggets of things that we can hit on all cylinders and scale out, then that's the opportunity for us even to partner with other BPOs. We have some very large BPOs right now that understand what we're doing with our sister company Endeavor CX with the analytics and how to deliver the best operational excellence on the planet. Because again, if you're competing for business, right? If you're got 100 seats and your competitor has 100 seats, or put a zero on the end, doesn't matter. You're being measured on your call quality. You're being measured on your occupancy. You're being measured and compared to everybody else. And so your job then is to do exactly what I just said. Become the best version of yourself. Stop worrying about what the competitors are doing and unlock these new potentials and drive up your own CX delivery excellence.